What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the Shiny Zapdos hunt. As you guys can probably tell by now, you can see the little recently found change to actually have a Zapdos. That was because in the sold link we actually managed to find one somehow. But we're still going to be hunting this until we get it in Let's Go. Because I want to try and finish off this hunt since we started it. And without further ado, let's get started. And hopefully we don't go over odds. And yeah, I'm pretty familiar with what Shiny Zapdos looks like now since I've seen it in a game. Wonder who'll be the first to show up this time. With the recently found like legendaries actually in the same order as my poster up there. very quiet, like, beginning of the stream so far. So it's getting kind of annoying that no one is showing up to these anymore. They don't really know what to talk about right now because there's no one here to talk to. It would be a little funny if no one was here for the Zapdos, but I do hope that people are here for it, because then I won't have a blank reaction. Yeah, by the way, one thing I will notice, because I don't know if this is from people who are like watching later, thank you to all those who are subscribing between streams. I have noticed, and I'm very happy about it. And honestly, it shocks me more than half the time. Because I'm trying to figure out what caused it. Like, which video or stream were they looking at? Which one made him turn over to the edge of joining us? How's it going, Sonic? Yeah, how's it been, man? Long time no see. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty well. I was maybe playing through Pokemon White 2 a bunch. Trying to complete the Pokédex and that to get the guaranteed Haxorus. It's funny enough, I've never done that actually. And in the process, I've lost someone that was very rare, being Lapras, which used Perish Song. How about you, though? You been up to anything fun? You been doing good? Imaginators and Xenoverse? I am not 100% certain what Xenoverse is off the top of my head, but I do know what Imaginators is. That's a Skylander game if I remember correctly, right? Like where you make the Skylander yourself? Oh, a Dragon Ball game? Yeah, I think it's actually one of the last games, funny enough, and I honestly never really knew why they stopped doing it. So, do you think we're gonna get Zapdos today? So that was the reason behind it. I thought part of the reason was we're starting to lose funds from trying to craft these guys because of the fact that you need to make one of every single character and a lot of them to try and play the game. And yes, I do have Magna Charge on my desk still. Because yeah, they need to mass produce every single character in the game to basically make it playable. Of course, yeah, you can get like 1 or 2 characters from just having a different type of portal. But that's about it. Yeah. I have a feeling it was like a mix of those two things. Like they probably are losing money because of the crafting, so they separated from the group. Part of my reasoning is also because some of the characters never even got released. Like, I think there was like a Archer character in Imagineers that never came out. I think I need to hear about that. Like, they changed the name to like Seabass or something. Like something Seabass. Like that, right? So you just buy a box of like goldfish and keep the box. It'd be like a artifact later or something. I mean, no, artifact, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it'll become rare if you buy a box now while it still says goldfish. Yeah, Chilean sea bass or something like that. Yeah, I'd say buy a box of goldfish now because that name is gonna be disappearing. Kind of like the grandma on the syrup bottle. Like, whatever that was in there. There's like a lady on the syrup bottle and they got rid of it. And my aunt actually has one of those bottles still, and she keeps refilling it with syrup and uses it. Trying to think, like, what other items like changed like at one point? I don't really know what to talk about that much. Like, yeah, the whole goldfish thing is a good like thing to go off of. sad dog on the screen. Piper. Piper. They're gonna judge now, you can sit in your blankets. Yeah, I don't know if a trap's gonna show up today or not, but I'm sorry for like leaving later the second you arrived last time. I need to do something else to this. Like, that's like one of my biggest fears usually when I'm streaming, is that someone's gonna show up literally the last second right before I end it. Like, I click the end stream button and then someone pops up. It's happened to me way too many times to count. The dog. Oh boy, not again. This is getting really annoying with this Wi-Fi. Probably because my sister's using 2 computers. I really gotta figure out what the issue is with this Wi-Fi. At least this game can't lag out. I'm praying the stream itself won't. because she just let a dog out of the room and then locked it out. And it's possibly even clogging up the Wi-Fi. Okay, I'm going to go check and see what's going on out there. I'll be right back. I have no idea what hit A there, because it wasn't me. Yeah, I have no idea why it's acting up. It's like lagging out the counter now, which is annoying. Seriously, I can't keep being lagged out on streams. It's seriously affecting my channel now. It's gonna be annoying if the shiny pops up when the thing's lagging like crazy. Because then the footage is gonna be all choppy on the Zapdos. We're just gonna go to 1050 because no one is really showing up and the Wi-Fi is like bugging this thing out like crazy. So I'm gonna start making cuts on the Discord or this is gonna keep happening. Okay, looks like connection is getting a bit better. Welcome back, Sonic. Yo, you missed a huge buffer period. Like my Wi-Fi was acting up and said the poor, like there's a huge like poor connection spike. Yeah, it's getting pretty annoying. The past two streams have had these like spikes like crazy. And it's getting really annoying. If they were to win, like which pair would win? Oh, in that sense, you gotta think of the type matchups. Think of it, let's see, it's Fire, Ice, and Electric versus Fighting, Psychic, and Dark. Honestly, in that situation, oh yeah, and also all of them have Flying types, so add that into the mix. In that sense, I would probably say the Kanto ones would probably win, due to them having the normal forms of Zapdos and Articuno. That's two members that are super effective against all three of the others on the opposing team. And also there's Galarian Zapdos, which is weak to literally everyone there. Other than normal Articuno, which it has fighting for, to kind of cover ice. We're gonna try to do it on my Discord at the same time because we have a lot of inactive members there. Which one like little rule of mine is that if you're inactive in here for too long yet still active over there, I will make cuts. put the little thing in there because I honestly feel like it's a little rude to be basically only in the Discord when I'm live. I used to have cases where people were literally in the voice chat and not here. Like, I get it partially, but at the same time, like, it's a little rude if it makes sense. Like, I'm running the whole entire thing and they don't even show up to the main portion of it. And with a little help from Dark, and I still go to his streams. Which he's also gonna, like, follow this as well. Like, no one shows up to his either. Well, not at fault, bad wording there, but you know what I mean. Like, victim would probably be a better term. Like, Sonic, you're good at this. Like, you've been showing up to streams at, like, good portions. Like, I know you had a little bit of a gap, but, like, you probably had stuff going on. No, but Sonic, here's the thing. They're not busy. They're literally in the Discord talking while the stream is live. Meaning that they are free at the moment. How's it going, Dark? Yeah, I was just talking about how it's a little rude for some of the members to only be in Discord and not on the channel. Like I was saying, your channel is also a little victim of this, because you aren't getting that many viewers either. And I'm not just saying for, like, only shiny hunts. I'm saying it as a whole for any game that we play. Because, yeah, I spread out my content for that very reason, that I knew I was getting repetitive with only shiny hunts. So I brought in challenge runs, Nuzlockes, other games to play. I, like, spread out my content to other fields. Saying it's a little rude that people are one-sided on it. Not on the side that actually benefits, like, in some sense, or like telling like will be like an even exchange in like helping out. Like the last time we heard from Gastor was about him making a Minecraft server. Since then he's been like in the dark almost, or only in the Discord. I'm worried there's another one of those servers they made that literally leaves out everything. I was gonna get an update on it, which makes it like pretty annoying in some sense. Because my sense is it sounds like he just booked it and didn't even say a word. I will admit I don't like Proton because it mainly is just hiding from me. Like, we literally added sections to the Discord that, like, had no bot command situations on them because of the reason that they hated those. We added in Minecraft chat so that way they can make stuff there. Like, we added sections to kind of, like, help with their whole, like, issues with the channel. Sometimes I have to, like, check twice with the Zapdos. How's it going, Koi? Don't worry, it happens to everyone sometimes. I'm even a victim of that accident where I'll be like, oops, I'm not even live. I mean, like, when I'm watching, not, like, streaming. What should you shiny hunt? Give us the game that you're in, and then I might be able to come up with a target. I can speak. Violet, and you mentioned you had the DLC, so. Trying to think of like a Kitakami one. How about you hunt Vulpix? Like Ninetales is a very good shiny if you get 2 of those. Tinkaton's also a pretty good one, I will give you that. Alright, you gotta return the favor and give me some good targets later. Like, I don't even have a Tinkaton myself. Like, that's a shiny that was on my bucket list, honestly. That's what I'm saying, like, Ninetales is a very good shiny. It has the gray and blue. By the way, Dark, how's the whole situation of your Switch going? Like you said, you got the OLED model recently? Still? Huh. Honestly, I thought you were since you were in the chat. My mistake. Also, because the last time we talked about, like, you being out, it was like a few hours ago, I think. Yeah, we get the Zapdos, because now that I got the one in the, like, Nuzlocke, I am also a little bit burnt out on Zapdos, because, like, well, I already got this thing, now I just gotta go for a second one. I've actually played Blox Fruits, I use the light fruits. I just don't do it on YouTube, because, like, there's only so much you could really do. I think I'm like in the 400s for my level. That could be a good concept, and let's see, what would be a good type for that if we were to get one of those? Maybe Psychic type could be a good one. Or Psychic Ghost. How's it going, Gaster? Long time no see. Max level thing. So anyone got a guess on when you think we're gonna find Zapdos today? Dark Psychic could be a good type as well. I mean, one thing they did with Alolan was they added a type to Vulpix when it evolved, I believe. Or no, it was Ice Psychic. No, it's Ice Fairy when it was Vulpix, so never mind on that. But you get the point. Adding a type upon evolution could be a neat feature for a Vulpix. Like, they can even do something similar to, what was that one Pokemon, like... Why am I playing on what the dang Pokemon was that evolved, like, Execute situation, where you get a Fire-type Vulpix and evolves into another type. Like, after that you get a Fire Ghost-type one or something. More or less. Like, I was saying, like, possibly a evolution where it splits off of one of the two variants and then gets a different type. Like, how Execute gets a Dragon type in Alola, or, how the starters get, Hisuian variants, which gain the Dark, Ghost, and Fighting types. Dark, I was trying to think more because, like, the Alolan Vulpix is more, like, pure in some sense. So something that's more dim would be a good counterpart to it. By the way, don't forget to leave a like if you haven't already. Well, Wooper? Okay, yeah, the Wooper line could be a good one as well. Honestly, they could make Wooper like into a grass type. Maybe like grass electric? Then evolves into more of a salamander for its like next stage. Like Quicksire or something. You mean Lucario? Poison flying? I'm trying to think. Like, I feel like there's another line, but think of this on my head. I gotta check this actually. I have an odd feeling there is another poison flying type, but I'm just gonna double check. Let's see now. In my Pokédex. Oh, I dropped my phone. Let's do this check real quick. Not shiny. Okay, let's see. Dual type checker. Let's see now. Poison. Flying. Oh yeah, it is. The Zubat line's only one. I don't know why I was thinking of another one. It's probably because I was thinking of Pheasantipity, which is Poison Fairy. Oh, that's a good one. Goes from red to green. Went to one of those on one of the last pick down target thing. After that we got a Skarmory. Yeah, they're missing out on that. Like, they can easily make like a Poison Glider or something. Or I don't know, make something like a Ghastly variant or a Coughing like variants. Let's think over Scizor because that one actually has more use in other fields. Because you can also use it as a false swiper. Fire type Geodude line to be Magma Rocks. That's a pretty good idea. Actually, here's one idea. What if we actually got a variance of the beasts? Like Fighting type Suicune, Ghost type Entei, and Psychic type Raikou. Make them look like the... Actually, no, there's no Fighting type of an evolution, but you get what I'm saying. Like, we already have the birds as variants, why not get another evolution line? I would say do Steel type if you're in the, like, terrarium. Because that will guarantee you spawns with Scizor like crazy. Like, if you look back when I did it, you'll see Scizor was spawning like crazy. I can't even, like, describe how many were on the screen at a time. I think there's like 20 per second kind of popping up. You go to the southernmost point in the mountainous area. I'm trying to think, what could also be a good variant mon? What if they did a variant of like Zangoose and Seviper, actually? Like making them into types that actually compete against each other. Like Ghost and Normal, or Ghost and Fighting. No, that would be unfair on one end, but we already had like Poison on Normal earlier. Or actually, like just 2 Ghost types on it, or 2 Dragon types. That would also do it. Like 2 types that actually are super effective against each other. You mean Zacian? Sonic? Should I introduce you to Super Smash Bros. Lucario, which does exactly that? Yeah, so Zacian and Zamazenta. I guess he's starting to make variants of them where they actually focus on their special attack and special defense more. Like, for example, Zacian gets like more of a crossbow look or a bow like appearance. And Zamazenta can get more of like a warlock kind of shape. It's hard to think about special defense. Like, that mainly means like a mental sense. And I don't think putting Zacian in a book would make much sense. the final smash, where it literally Kamehamehas the ground. Yeah, I mean, like, a lot of Pokemon tend to, like, show their full force battle capabilities when they're in that one game. Like, look at Jigglypuff, for example. One Pokemon I think need a Mega Evolution? Well, number one is Fly God, instantly. Get that thing like the Bug type or something. Like, Pokemon Insurgents, a fan game that I've played a few times in my own time, they did a perfect representation of how a Mega Flygon should work, where it gains the Bug type and a whole new ability that boosts its sound-based moves. So it can use, like, Bug Buzz at full capacity, for example, and a few other moves on it. I mean, Mewtwo kind of, where it does the giant Psyshock, which is a giant, like, energy ball that just throws at everything from the side of the field. Maybe then it's a stretch, because it doesn't even really, like, eviscerate them. It just really keep them stunned, and then they, like that, get launched after, like, a second of being stuck in it. Honestly, I don't know. Like, they missed an opportunity when they had the chance at the Mega Evolution and change it. And they did change it a few times in a few of the TV series and side games to be more blue. And honestly, that was a way better fit for the shiny. Like I said before, a light blue looks really well on a Gengar. Like, make the eyes more red and the body a lighter tints. I'm not sure what that was, but... That is true, and I think they did that to base it off of the Mega, or they're just trying to fix up the mistake they made all those years ago. Also, by the way, just so you guys know, because I don't have it up yet, but it's planned to be, the shiny only run is going to start on the 2nd. So, like, that's when it's going to happen. I just don't have the thumbnail made yet. Which, Dark, hopefully you can help me out with that after the stream. Like, that's if your Switch is all set and such. Yeah, plans to try and put a shiny Zacian on, I'm thinking I know Dark has one. Yeah, 2nd of November. That's when the shiny only run is going to start in Sword. It's not going to be a Nuzlocke, it's really just a shiny hunting challenge. Which right now I only have like one member half decided, which is the first mon being either Rookity or Choodle. Which I'm good with either or. It's really up to you guys. Because Rookity will be useful in the early game a good amount, and even a bit in the late game. And Dreadnought will be useful in the latest game. And both of them get Gigantamax forms. Which, yes, I have the Olive Armor, so I can access them. Thanks, Sonic. And thanks for stopping by, man. Probably gonna get to 1,100 today. Unless something happens and like we get a blast of viewers. No, it's better to run around than to auto battle if you're not dealing with a swarm. If you're dealing with a swarm, yes, auto battle until you knock out about 60, and it says that there's barely any left from the original horde. Or something around those words. Or, I think it's also known as an outbreak. I don't know why I didn't connect right off the bat. The thing's at full battery, I know that. There we go. Yeah, I know I get quiet sometimes in these. That's usually when people stop talking. Like, I respond when people, like, talk in the chat because, like, that's, like, the main thing I like about live streaming. I get to hang out with you guys that way. See how you guys are all doing and such. Well, I look for a bird that got into the Cheetos. Zapdos, did you steal my flaming hot Cheetos? Darn, that would have been perfect if it showed up right there. You can't take them! Oh, honestly though, I can't really handle spice as much as people might think. Like, yeah, I have, like, fire and, like, the whole, like, name of my channel of Inferno being mixed in there. But funny enough, I can't take heat that well with, like, food. Getting kind of close to 1,100. Now, one thing I'm kind of shocked about is that no one actually mentioned starters in the whole pick your targets thing. Like, I don't have every starter, funny enough. And yet no one mentions them. They should be like kind of big targets. I think only once we had something and it was a Rowlet, and that was it. Being one of the few that is impossible to isolate because its area overlaps with one of two types. Well, with both types actually. Actually, one thing I should say, like, now is, if you do have ideas for targets after the stream, don't be afraid to put them into the comment section. Like, I will look at them and probably add them to, like, the checklist of ones that are going to come in the future, if you guys suggest them. Like, we have Flittle up for next. Mainly because in a spot there jumped me when I was trying to finish an outro. So I'll add ones to the list if people request them in the comments. I don't notice that a bunch of my viewers are coming from after the streams. Oh boy, it's gonna start lagging at the very end. Yeah, there might be a little bit of a lag spike. Oh boy, not again. Yeah, it might be a bit of lag until the end of this at this rate. Trying to fight through to like 1,100. This is getting kind of annoying with the lag spikes. Alright, time for the final encounter today. Let's see if we can get lucky at the end. Getting awfully close to overawed Zapdos. Now 1,100. Still nothing.